So my question to you is, what is something in your life that you need to let die, letting grief go, or accomplishments, relationships, friendships? Once you get to typing, bro, and speaking like some stuff that you gotta let go, like God gonna start revealing to you so much more stuff that you never would have even thought about. Be honest, be transparent, don't hold nothing back. Ain't nobody gonna judge you. If they do, I'ma hop straight on their tail, you feel me? And if I don't, you know Jesus will. So
Tell it all every Tuesday with Lonn.
Yo, welcome to another edition of this Tell It All, where every single Tuesday I, your host, Lonn, tell it all, you feel me? And the subtitle for this one is gonna be Let It Die. So this morning the message was on by Eric Thomas, his church, A Place of Change, or APOC. And he was speaking on like basically leaving the stuff in the past, or letting stuff die, like whether it be good or bad. If it happened in the past, like straight leave it there, you feel me? And I want to speak to this and tell it all on this subject because being truthful and being honest, like telling it all, like that's one thing that I struggle with, like reflecting on things that happened like a couple years back. It used to be like this, or a couple, like you don't want to be a has-been, like you want to be a right now, you feel me? And multiple areas of my life, and I'm gonna go ahead and dive into every single one, you feel me? I'm gonna get into like some sensitive subjects, and this is actually gonna lead us off into a series of something I made mention of in the very first Tell It All Tuesday. If you want to have an idea what that is, you just gotta go back and watch it, you feel me? And comment down below how you feel about it. I don't usually throw the plugs for the comments, but go ahead and do that. Yeah, without further ado, I'm gonna go ahead and get in it. So I'm gonna start with the biggest one that I struggle with, which is letting grief go, or letting people who went on to glory. So I want to start with the trifecta, like where this stuff all started, like what led me to stop with the clothing brand. I know I made mention of it last Tell It All very briefly, but it was a major part of my life, and it really set me back. Just reflecting on like all the stuff that has happened, you feel me? So it was a point in time in my life where I lost a couple grannies and an auntie. So you could imagine, and this was within the span of like no more than 5 months, because it was like from November to December, or November to January, like I was going to funerals back to back to back, carrying caskets at every single one, like so these wasn't no like simple losses, like these was major losses. I really felt them in my heart, like, and yeah, bro, it was super deep for me. But oftentimes, like, I found myself like just reflecting on those deaths and stuff, bro, and like just finding myself like mourning and just being sad when I should be pressing forward in my life. And I gotta throw this one in here too. I know I make mention of it a lot because it still be impacting me a little bit, but a couple years ago I lost a very, very close friend of mine, and that's another like part of grief that I have to stop reflecting back in the past and letting it pull me back with it. Like I have to let that grief die. Like I gotta let that stuff die, bro. Like, and I know grieving is a process. Everybody wanna agree with this, but you gotta keep pushing forward, or it is going to literally, that weight is going to weigh you down so much to where you won't be able to press forward. I literally spent like 2 or 3 years of my life not moving forward because I was so hurt that I lost all these people back to back to back. And the only person I had to blame for that is me, because yes, they passed, yes, they not here no more, but you are, and it's for a reason. And this is even to some recently, like when my partner passed, like I just added that fuel to the fire, and I kept making excuses on how and why I couldn't move forward. So that's one. That's one that I want to touch on. Number two is accomplishments, and that being stuff like back in high school, I was the starting quarterback on varsity. I built this clothing brand up, and everybody knew me for it for this select amount of time. I had my clothes in movies and music videos. I did music videos. I dropped all this music. I had these photo shoots. I dropped this car. The list go on and on and on. And I'm trying to like think back on like all the stuff that I keep like bringing back to the forefront, like being a has-been, bro, and not being a right now. You feel me? Yet, even though like all that stuff is good, like it made me who I am, it's not who I am right now. Like God has like propelled me so much higher than all that stuff that I accomplished, and He is still pressing me forward. So this like just being like me calling myself out for real, like even with future accomplishments, not holding on to those so much to where I can't move forward, because that's another thing, bro. You start reflecting on how much you accomplish, it will hold you back, bro. It will literally hold you back, and you will not be able to press forward. Like if I sit here and reflect on how the clothing brand did what it did, and how I dropped all that music, and how I was this then, and bro, like I will never move forward. I will never see what God has for the rest of my life. Like I got all these goals, bro, that I would never see because I can't let go of the stuff that I did accomplish. Like every single accomplishment should just be fuel to keep going and go harder. Like, yeah, I dropped the clothing brand. Like, although I was dealing with the grief, I let the clothing brand fall a little bit. Like, I still gotta pick the torch up, bro. I still gotta pick that torch up, and I gotta keep running towards the finish line. You feel me? But that was two accomplishments. And then number three, the final one is like relationships. And this is what we gon' I guess I spoiled it a little bit. This is the series that's upcoming. Like it might be like a try or a couple part series or something like that. Where I just like break down like how like relationships played a factor in my life, and hopefully bless somebody as far as like that may be dealing with the same thing or dealt with the same things, or you feel me. So relationships, like holding on to those, like this person was like this and this person was like that, this person was like this, and I know that can really like it can hold you back in a sense from like truly being able to embrace what God has blessed you with in a moment. You may have like the woman that you need, and you steady talking about like the woman that you had or the man that you had and stuff like that. So as far as like letting that stuff, like you gotta let that stuff die. Like if that person was really meant to be around, they'd be around right now. And that was something, I can't remember where I heard it, but it was true. Like if God took it away, you wasn't meant to have it. And sometimes God takes stuff away because you're taking it for granted. So that's like, you got to do that inner work and really look within yourself and see like, where did I go wrong? How could I have improved in that situation or whatever? But scratch that, whatever. Just moving forward, bro. Like you gotta let it die, and that's just that on that. Like that person ain't meant to be around your life. That person, yeah, they served their purpose. They maybe it was alright situation for the time being, but God needs you to grow at this stage in your life. So that's gonna require for some people to get dropped off. Friendships, same thing with those. Like, and I guess we can make this number 4. Friendships, like you gotta let that stuff die. Like every friendship not gonna be the same. Friends come and they go. Man, I just read something in John where Jesus, I know he wasn't talking to this specifically, but basically he didn't trust what the people were saying. Like they said that they believed in him because of the miracles that he did, but trust what they were saying because he know the heart of men. You feel me? And although we may have that discernment, but we don't have that ultimate discernment that Jesus had, we still can like be able to tell like who is a true genuine person, like a truly a good person. And this is something that I know that he blessed us with, like through that gift of discernment that you have to pray for. And yeah, bro, that's just that within itself should just wrap up the friendship stuff. Like, I'm pretty sure nobody like just let go of a friend that they trusted. Like, it was something that happened in order to like shake up the friendship. And yeah, so I'm gonna leave that where it's at. I ain't gonna dive too much into that because I'm not no expert in that field. I don't really do the whole friendship things. That situation, I believe I spoke on it. It was just revealed to me that really like that was like a trigger point or a trauma point that really affected like the way that I even view people. Like, I try to tell myself that I trust people off rip, but I really don't be. I do be trusting people off rip for the most part. I try to, because I try not to put the same judgment that somebody else did on the next person. But what I came to find out was like when a person start getting close is when I stop trusting them, because of the situation that I went through and everything else. Like, being that close to somebody and trusting them and they cross you, you feel me? Like in a major way, like to the extent that it was. And it keep happening in my life. It's been, and I'm gonna dive into this like in the relationship series and stuff, just unpacking like this whole trust thing. But yeah, bro, I just hope that all this stuff bless you, bro, and that you encouraged to like let it go. So my question to you is, just to put a bow on top of all this. What is something in your life that you need to let die? Be honest, be transparent. Don't hold nothing back. Ain't nobody gonna judge you. If they do, I'm gonna hop straight on their tail, you feel me? And if I don't, Jesus will. So don't be worried about what nothing nobody else gonna say, but let that go for you. Like, what is something that you need to let die? Because while you typing, I can promise you, just how I'm sitting here speaking to y'all and I be catching like revelations. Once you get to typing, bro, and speaking like some stuff that you gotta let go, like God gonna start revealing to you so much more stuff that you never would have even thought about. So yeah, man, I just want to encourage y'all to do that, and I pray that this blessed you. As always, bro, I love y'all. Next week, I'm gonna catch y'all.